church that brings me closer to my Savior. Little bit of heaven, a whole lot of love left behind.
Welcome to Rise and Shine this morning, and happy 4th of July. We are so happy to be here and to celebrate this 4th of July, which started many, many years ago, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But before we get to that, let's just talk about it for a moment, what is coming up down at the Coves. There is Charity Concert Series coming at the Coves Amphitheater, and that is located at 301 Ivy Lane Union Hall. I've not been there, but I'm thinking about, we just kind of came up with this little name for these little skyboxes that you can rent, our party shack. So, hey, pay $800, you got 6 tickets, and then you can invite 6 more tickets holders to join you. And it is an enclosed, climate-controlled space, private deck, and access to the VIP bar area and the restroom facilities. So that is going to be on July 18th. And now if you need more information, you can go Coves, COVES, at sml.com for more information. Now, Wallflowers, this young man is Bob Dylan's son. Now, if you may not be of the era that remember who Bob Dylan is, but I am. And that show starts at 6 p.m. This will benefit the Stepping Stone Missions of Franklin County, Bernard's Healthcare, Smith Mountain Lake Good Neighbors, and Transition Basics. So all of the monies that is generated for this from the skyboxes will help those nonprofits. Also, tickets are on sale for the Sounds of Compassion Charity Concert Collective presents the Smith Mountain Lake Boomer Band, and that also will benefit the Warming Shelter, Stepping Stone Missions, and Helping Hands of Franklin County. That starts at 3 p.m. and it is at the Harvester, and that is on August the 3rd. So you want to get your tickets there, and they're going to have a dance floor, I do believe. I think that's the one they're going to have a dance floor. So, and I said, we were advertising this when Stacy was on with me on Wednesday. You might want to get up and shake a leg. Well, that's more truth and poetry for me, because everybody knows, or a lot of people know, I do have a prosthetic leg. So you might want to get up and shake a leg that night, do a little dancing. Also, put this on your calendar. Coming up Tuesday, August the 5th is our National Night Out. We're going to have our gentleman here in a week or so to come and tell us more about this, but they will have police displays, free food, vendors, demonstrations, games, exhibits, and this is going to be at the Franklin County High School. They will have the exhibits in the Central Gym, and it's going to be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. They kind of made it a little bit later in the evening when it will be a little cooler, and this is put on by the Rocky Mountain Police Department, Office of the Sheriff, Virginia DWR, Virginia State Police, Rocky Mountain First, and the Franklin County Fire and Emergency Rescue Squad. So they used to have 2 separate entities, and now they're going together and have one together. I went last year, and it was fabulous. You get to see the equipment that Franklin County has, and we should be so proud of what our fire and rescue and everybody has to work with here in Franklin County. The boats, I was so impressed by the big boat that they take out on the lake if there has to be a rescue. The fire trucks, everything was just pristine. We had the presenting of the flags by the ROTC, and the band played. It was a fabulous evening. They had free food, and even my boyfriend ate a taco, which he never eats. So he learned he did like tacos. So this will be an exciting evening. Again, that is on Tuesday, August the 5th. That is before school starts. Okay, but now that's not until September. We'll talk about it later. But we want to talk about the 4th of July. And a lot of people maybe don't even know how the 4th of July or what it even, some of the younger people may not even know what the 4th of July stands for. But on July 4th, 1776, it was the day the Second Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, declaring the 13 American colonies free from the British rule. This act marked the birth of the United States of America as an independent nation. While the vote for independence actually occurred on July 2nd, the 4th became the date associated with this momentous event. This document was primarily written by Thomas Jefferson. It outlined the reasons for the colony's separation from Great Britain and articulated fundamental principles like the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Although the document was adopted on July 4th, the formal signing by the 56 delegates took place later, beginning on August the 2nd. Even before the formal recognition as a national holiday, the 4th of July was celebrated with bell ringing, bonfires, and fireworks. And the 4th of July became a federal holiday in 1941, solidifying its place in American culture. I bet some of you may not have known that. Well, several years ago, I saw this picture hanging on the wall in my principal's office, and I had her send me this copy because I think it is so cool. And I like to read this every 4th of July. The poem begins, I Am the Nation by Otto Whitaker. I was born July 4th, 1776, and the Declaration of Independence is my birth certificate. The bloodlines of the world run in my veins because I offered freedom to the oppressed. I am many things and many people. I am the nation. I am 335 million living souls and the ghosts of millions who have lived and died for me. I am Nathan Hale and Paul Revere. I stood at Lexington and fired the shot heard round the world. I am Washington, Jefferson, and Patrick Henry. I am John Paul Jones, the Green Mountain Boys, and Davy Crockett. I am Lee and Grant and Abe Lincoln. All these people have played a role in our United States. I remember the Alamo, the Maine, and Pearl Harbor. When freedom called, I answered and stayed until it was over there. I left my heroic dead in Flanders Field, on the rock of Korenger, on the bleak slopes of Korea, and in the steaming jungle of Vietnam. I am the Brooklyn Bridge, the wheatlands of Kansas, and the granite hills of Vermont. I am the coal fields of Virginia's and Pennsylvania, the fertile lands of the West, of the Golden Gate and the Grand Canyon. I am Independence Hall, the Monitor, and the Merrimack. I am big. I sprawl from the Atlantic to the Pacific. My arms reach out to embrace Alaska and Hawaii. I am more than 5 million farms. I am forest, field, mountain, and desert. I am quiet village and cities that never sleep. You can look at me and see Benjamin Franklin walking down the streets of Philadelphia with his bread loaf under his arm. You can see Betsy Ross with her needle. You can see the lights of Christmas and hear the strains of Auld Lang Syne as the calendar turns. I am Babe Ruth and the World Series. I am 180,000 schools and colleges and 380,000 churches where my people worship God as they think best. I am a ballot dropped into a box, the roar of a crowd in a stadium, and the voice of a choir in a cathedral. I am editorial in a newspaper and a letter to a congressman. I am Eli Whitney and Stephen Foster. I am Tom Edison, Albert Einstein, and Billy Graham. I am Horace Greeley, Will Rogers, the Wright brothers. I am George Washington Carver, Jonas Salk, and the Martin Luther King Jr. I am Longfellow, Harriet Beecher Stowe, Walt Whitman, and Thomas Paine. Yes, I am the nation, and these are the things that I am. I was conceived in freedom, and God willing, in freedom I will spend the rest of my days. May I possess always the integrity, the courage, and the strength to keep myself unshackled, to remain a citadel of freedom and beacon of hope to the world. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Be safe, and we'll see you again on Monday.